Welcome to Macmo Academy. Today we will celebrate Pi Day. The value of pi, as you know, that is 3.14 and so on. It will go till infinite. So and the fractional equivalent of pi is 22 upon 7, as we use this value in most of the cases. So actually today is 22nd of July, so that's why I have made this video for today, and you can celebrate it on 3rd March, uh, 14th March, sorry, 14th March and 22nd of July. So we will discuss what is actually pi. So in this video we will learn or define pi, explain why pi is a constant, understand the relationship between circumference and the diameter of a circle, use pi to calculate circumference and area, use both 3.14 and 22 by 7 correctly, solve real life problem involving circles. So what is pi? Pi is a special mathematical constant that represents relationship between circumference of a circle and its diameter. It is written using the Greek letter pi. This letter represents pi. The value of pi is approximately, it's a very long 3.14159, and it will go till infinite, and this value will never end at any point, and it will not repeat at any point. So the digit continue forever and never repeat in a regular pattern. So this is the reason, that's why it is called irrational number. Simple definition: pi is a simple number obtained when the circumference of any circle is divided by the diameter of the same circle. Mathematically, so it means that it is the ratio between circumference of the circle and the diameter of the circle. If we divide circumference, the length of the circumference of a circle, with its diameter, so we will get the value of pi, which is 3.14 and so on. So let's understand with an example. You can use this form, you can use this circle. For example, if the diameter of a circle is 2 centimeter and circumference is 6.28 centimeter, and if you will divide both the value, you will get 3.14. Now if you will divide the circumference value, which is 25.12, with 8, again you will get the same value. Now these are the circumference and diameter from proper and actual circle. So now let's see the third value, which is 62.8. When it will be divided by 20, this will give you the same value, which is 3.14. So we will do an activity. You can do this activity with any of the plate or bottle cap or any ring or bowl, and for that you need a string and a ruler. Now what will be the steps? Right, wrap the string around the circle, measure the string, measure the length of the string. This is the circumference of the string, whatever you will measure, and measure the diameter of the circle. Now divide circumference by its diameter, and student will discover that the value will be equal to 3.14. Now we will do this activity. So and you can pause the video at this point, and you can do this activity by yourself as well, and then I will show you that how to measure this in physical manner. Now let's understand the pi, how to obtain the value of pi by doing an activity. So pi is actually the circumference, the ratio of the circumference with its diameter, which is equal to pi. So now I'm having a circular object. For that you need a bowl or any plate or any sort of thing. So first of all we will measure its circumference with the help of measuring tape. So I'm starting from over here, and I will wrap it around, or you can use a string, or you can use the string to wrap it around and then measure that the length of the string. So let's wrap it around and we'll see what is the measurement of this? It's 25 and it's 25 and a half, and between 25 and a half it's around 25.125. So let's see, I think it's 25.125. So let's measure it very accurately. Now if you will see that it's lying over here, after 25 it's 25 and a half. Now let's look at very carefully. So it's around 25.125. So this is the circumference, means circumference is the length of the outer boundary. So I have measured this ring, the length of this ring is starting from the same point and ending at the same point. So it's around 25.125 divided by its diameter. Now let's calculate its diameter. So as you know that from center point till any corner point it's radius, and the diameter always passes from the center and touches the corner of the circle. So now, right now we are not having any center point, so I am assuming that the center over here between these two holes. So I will measure from this corner till this corner. So it's around 7.9 and very near to 8. So if you will see this, so it's before 8. The line of 8 is over here, and before 8 it's 7.99 or 7.98. So I am taking the diameter equals to 7.98. So we have to be very attentive while measuring, and we have to be very accurate. Now we will divide both of these two values and we will see that what value we will get. 25.125 divided by 7.98 is equal to, now if you will see that the value is very near, it's around 3.14844962, and it will go on till infinite. Because I'm using simple calculator, so it won't show you the long calculation in this. So it's around 3.14. It's very near to actual value. So there would be a little human error while measuring or while taking the calculation. So 3.14, actually at least we got this 3.148 and so on, it will go till infinite. So I hope you have understood how to find out the constant pi. Or what is pi? Pi is actually the ratio between circumference with its diameter of the same circle. So I hope you like the video. Do not forget to subscribe and like our YouTube channel, and let's watch the full video. Now, what is pi? Why is pi always the same? Every circle has the same shape. Large circles are simply enlarged version of smaller circles. So therefore circumference increases, so diameter will also increase, but they increase in exact the same proportion. Hence the difference and the ratio between circumference's diameter is always constant, which is equal to pi. Now history of pi, let's discuss the history of pi. Thousands of years ago, people in Egypt, Babylon, Greece, China, India tried to find the exact relationship between the circumference and the diameter. The Greek mathematician Archimedes developed one of the earliest accurate method for calculating pi. Today's computer have calculated trillions of digits of pi. Is pi an exact number? No, it is not. It is impossible to write all the digits because they never end. So always we show dot 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 at the end because it will never end at any point. And in the questions we use 3.14 in order to simplify or in order to find the proper value. So the digit continue forever. Why do we use 3.14 then? Since writing all digits is impossible, we use approximations. Common values are 3.14, and this is the fractional equivalent of 22 upon 7. which is 22 upon 7, but it is actually not. That's why there is a symbol of approximation. When should we use 22 by 7? So let's see when to use 22 by 7 means fractional value of pi, and when to use decimal value of pi. When the diameter is divisible by 7. The question specifically asks for 22 by 7. So exact fractions are preferred. For example, if the diameter we are having is 14 centimeter and we need to find out circumference, so the formula for circumference is pi into d. So we will divide the value of diameter with the value of pi. Now you can see that 14 is divisible by 7, so 22 times 2 will gives you 44. So this is the benefit of using fractional value of pi. And when to use decimal value 3.14? So in case of calculator or decimal values, whenever the question is given in the diameter is given in such a way that the value is not divisible, the diameter is not divisible by 7, so we can use decimal value of the pi as well. So circumference is equal to, we will multiply 3.14 by 12, so we will get the circumference. So let's discuss few of the circle terms. So circle is a closed curve when every point is the same distance from the center. What is center? The fixed point inside the circle. Radius, the distance from the center to any point on the circle. Now what is diameter? A line passing through the center joining the 2 points on the circle. So the relationship between diameter and radius. So diameter is actually double of radius, and radius is equal to half of diameter. So what is circumference? The distance around the circle, the complete round trip of the circle is circumference. It is similar to perimeter of the other shape. So the formula for circumference is 2 pi r, and area of circle is pi r square. So let's see an example how to use the value of pi, how to put the value of pi in finding out circumference. So radius, if radius of the circle is given 7, so now let's put the values. So 2 multiplied by value of pi multiplied by 7. Now if you will see that 7 and 7 will cancel out with each other, and this will gives us the circumference equals to 44. Now why we have used 22 by 7? This is very important because 7 and 7 were cancelling with each other. That's why we used fractional value. Now real life application of pi. Pi is used in wheels, clocks, coins, plates, pipes, water tanks, circular park, Ferris wheels, satellites, engineering, architecture, construction, space science, computer graphics. There are lots of things where we are using pi. So pi never ends. These are the interesting facts. It never repeats. March 14 is celebrated as Pi Day. So actually that day has been passed, so I have made this video on 22nd of July. Some people have memorized over 100,000 digits of pi. NASA uses pi in the spacecraft calculations. Without pi, designing bridges, buildings and machines would be much more difficult. So now let's conclude this presentation. Now let's wind up this presentation. Let's have a concept check. What does pi represent? The ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. Is pi a whole number? No, it's not a whole number. It's an irrational number because it will never end and it will never repeat. What is the approximate value of pi? It's 3.14 or 22 by 7. So I hope you enjoyed and liked the video, so do not forget to subscribe and like our YouTube channel. Thank you.